I'm done talking halfway. But then again, I think the fun part nobody tell me this. Okay. Well, okay, so quick summary. Our friends did our homework and they shared. And quick summary again. There's this book posted on class Google Classroom. Okay, and do try it out. It's quite fun. We just played it in class for the short one. Okay, and we talk about how some tubes are really well hidden. You must make sure to count some tubes that may be below a tube that's on top. Okay, some tubes, definitely the tubes are not flying in the air. Okay, right. So we are doing a totally different skill today. It's related to drawing. This one is quite challenging. This is the page we are looking at. Hold on. Let me pause my recording. Okay, so we have some friends who don't have a cube because you didn't stay for supplementary class. Okay, or you were absent. Okay, please follow up with the homework that you missed out on. Okay, it's got to do with playing the kids. Right, today we are doing a completely different skill. Tomorrow we will be needing the cubes again. Okay, can you understand what I'm saying? So you must have these cubes tomorrow. Today we focus on different skill. The skill we're looking at is page 117 of your textbook. It's got to do with drawing cubes and cuboids on isometric views. Now, before we can do the activity tomorrow that involves the cubes again, we need to do this part on the isometric view. Okay, because tomorrow the skill on faces, drawing different views of solids on square grids. This is an upgrade skill. You need the cubes as well as today's skills to help you with tomorrow. Now, you can refer to your textbook for this, page 117. I will give you the worksheet for this problem first. We will try it now. Okay, so I'm going to give out this portion first and skip some pages. I'll stop share first. I'm not wanting this. Okay, come, I need some help. Who leaders, please come to the front. Give this worksheet out quickly. Thank you. Molly. Thank you. All right, I'm looking quickly at this page. Okay, now, if you look at your textbook, it's on this page. Oh, what is this on this? Please put the little cubes away. I'm going to show you. Page 117 and 118 first. If you notice, look, I borrow your textbook first, okay? Now, if you notice here, there are some things you need to really pay attention when you're drawing on the isometric grid. Number one, I will have my highlighters to help me to be able to help you to see better. First, on the grid, I can mark some dots. What do you think these dots are? The corners of the solid. So I must know where I can find these corners. Number two, I must be able to count how many units for each side. For example, I'm counting the space. The line is the space. One space means 1 unit. Now, in this case, this shape here is 2 units. I'm looking at 2 spaces between these 2 corners of the cube. And also between this, every corner is 2 units. So 2 spaces here, 2 spaces here, 2 spaces here, and every side of the cube. Can you understand? Now, so these are the skills. First, know where the corners are. 2, know the spaces for the sides. 3, use only pencil and ruler. No pen for drawings. Clear? Only pencil and ruler for drawings. Okay, now I'm going to go straight to our worksheet, page 141. Skipping everything in front, I'm going straight to page 141. And for this, I prepared a secret. Yes, I bought, you see, I really spend a lot of money on a class. Okay, I bought a secret weapon to help us with this. Okay, now you must understand that this is called an isometric beam. Because if you see the, can you see what's so special about the dots here? Yeah, they are very different from, they're not the same as the big lines here. Can you see? These lines are straight. This line, if I draw, is going to be straight also. But what happens to the corners? Are they right angles? This one. They're all made up of right angles and squares. But this one here, do you see right angles and squares? Not so much. And that's why you can draw 3-dimensional shapes. Now, I have prepared this special paper called tracing paper. I bought it, okay? For those of us who feel that, okay, this is really a challenge. Okay, I'll show you how to do it with the tracing. You can take the tracing paper later. The tracing paper is this thin, flimsy paper. It's almost like a baking paper. If you bake, it's almost like a baking paper. Okay, it's like translucent. It has 2 surfaces. One side is slippery and one side is rough. You just feel it, okay? I will put the rough side on the paper so that it will not slide off when I'm drawing. Okay, I put the slippery side where my fingers are so that I can touch easily and I can trace easily. Okay, so this is a tracing paper. Now, look at what I'm going to do. Over here, in this cuboid, I'm going to ask myself some help with the ruler, the tracing paper, and my pencil. For example, I already put this on top. I have this shape here. I will first put my pencil, mark out the corners of the cuboid that I can see. Are you able to see what I'm doing? So on my tracing paper, I mark out the corners. I can use a highlighter to show you. You don't use a highlighter, please, because if you use a highlighter, you can't erase. I'm using a highlighter so that you can see a bit clearer. Now, if you're quite good with this, look, I could just move this. And what do you think I will do? How do I copy? I must match the dots with the grid dots. Very good. So I find the dots and match them. If you look closely, they are still not matching yet. I must make sure they are matching. Okay, someone off the fence for a while. If the paper is flying, it's hard to use with it flying. Now it's matching. Can you see? So I cannot match the dots. To help myself further, you see, if dots are not good enough, I'm going to use my pencil and trace the shape out. Okay? I trace the shape out. Okay, so I trace the shape out on the tracing paper, and I make sure I have every. See what I'm doing? I can move this to the grid. Okay? You should be looking at me at the screen, not at the fence. Okay, now I try to mark out and match the square, the dots. Off the fence, please. I said off the fence. Turn off the fence. Turn off all the fence. Because the pressure is flying. Excuse me. Okay. See? Okay, I've done tracing. I match the dot to dot, side to side. I mark out the points. I press a bit harder now on my tracing paper, and I use the ruler. I trace over the shape as well, a little bit harder. Okay, once I've done this, I move my tracing paper away. Can you see? Can you see? Okay, and I can see easily now. Can see? And I can count my spaces easily too. Is this one? One. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 spaces? 4 spaces. Make sure the lines are very straight and that it's touching the dots that it's supposed to touch. Do my final check. Make sure it looks the same. 3 units. 1, 2, 3. 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 unit. 1 unit. Okay, this is how I do it with the help of a tracing paper. I can do without a tracing paper as well. I can draw directly if I'm confident of the shape. Say, I mark a spot and I count 3 spaces. If I'm good and I don't need a tracing paper, I'm good with counting spaces and spots. 3 units, 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, this is the dot. 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, this is the dot. space, 2 space, 3 space, this is the dot. 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, this is the dot. 1, 2, 3, this is the dot. As a possible mathematician and future designer, accuracy is very important. I'm done with 2. How many have you done? All right. With my special paper here, it makes drawing like much easier, a bit easier. If you like to have the tracing paper, please come here. If you need more, you can come back. Yeah, I very thin. Very careful. If you think you need more than one, you can take up to 5. Right? I got many. Think it's possible. Anybody else think this? I can use all the pencil. Now, so I use my tracing paper to help me to really try to get an identical shape. Then I transfer it to the grid and I try to match the dots to the grid. Now, a quick look. Does this look correct? No. What do you think is wrong here? Yes. So when I look at this, I'm looking at for the side, 3 units for each side. You see? If I count the lines, there are 3 spaces. That's 3 units. But if I look at the corners of the dots, there's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 dots. So it's not 3 dots, but 3 lines. Okay? So this is wrong. This is the 2 cube, 2 units cube. It's not 3 units. You must use the ruler. Okay? How is it going? Yes. You cannot leave. Can we find out the carry line? Okay. By great. Count the spaces. It's something's not quite right. 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, this is the dot. This is not correct. Can you see? Is it the same? It's very different. Can you see that it is very different? Yeah, it's not correct. This looks started like this. 4 units means 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, another 3. Some of you, I think you don't know that you need the face paper. That's writing it wrongly. Okay, guys, the homework is here. Okay, please work on page 141 as well as page 142. Okay, and this is your homework for today, 141 and 142. If you've already completed, that's great. I'm going to give you a big paper you can feel free to do any design on the big paper or the textbook questions on page 130. Okay? If you are done, those of you who are like going for remedial, saying that for remedial, you go for lunch. Okay? This is homework. Dylan, do you want the read? This is for other designs. Sorry, Laurie, use the tracing paper. Trace the paper. Can you see it's not the same at all? Can you see? It's not the same. Dylan and so you are having a video, right? Two of you are not. Are you saying that? Are you saying that? So I'm saying that for the result, you are right. That way the work is the yeah. I say I can borrow this. Then the minimum here is like get 145. No, what? Put it together you go. So about